that's going back to 90s economy, 90s prices. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
really going to keep that up. And we see politics and government control and coercion and manipulation, all over the place. We have complete access to that. And the movie that we are talking about today,
Nice
Double
segue.
Blind, alludes to that very strongly. Wouldn't you agree there,
Yeah.
Baron?
Oh,
Yeah,
100%. And the whole big pharma thing,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah, yeah. And the state of the economy, because we've got a bunch of characters like this is a last resort sort of
Mm.
situation.
Yeah.
Um, where's this from? Where's this
It's
based?
Irish.
It's Irish. Okay, thank you. Because I was going UK with our lead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, the director's Irish. Yeah. What's his name again? Sorry, I'll bring up the IMDb.
Director's name is Ian Hunt-Duffy.
Hmm. Shout out to Hold Fast Public Relations. Thank you very much, as always. Thank you for everything
Yes.
throughout 2024. Look forward
Yeah.
to furthering the relationship, putting out more great content together in 2025. Um, yeah, okay. This is new. This is really new. There's barely any information about this. We're going to have a
Yeah.
general discussion just about our impressions of this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Not even Wiki. There isn't even a Wikipedia page for it.
mhm. Yeah, exactly, exactly. I found one thing through Reddit. Yeah,
Hmm.
Reddit snippets, which gives a little bit more of a breakdown of a summary of the plot, who this would appeal to, etc. But yeah, again, not much information.
No, very little.
So the genre, there's definitely horror. Don't worry, children. There's some gore in this. There's some
There is.
darkly otherworldly stuff, shall we say, at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A little bit of body horror.
definite body horror, So there's darkness to this, there's evil to this. But it's
Mm.
not pure horror whatsoever, because how would we put this? Science fiction?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Medical horror.
Meh.
Um, you could even you could even call it a modern gothic.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad because of the one location trapped in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Evil overseers, never seen
Mm.
to the most extent. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Locked in
like
a
that.
dungeon.
Yeah. It's very, but it is when I say science fiction is largely the one location.
Mm.
Yeah, you are locked in a dungeon, a facility, and it's dark and it is sterile. Behind me, they allude to, the outside world because you're not allowed to leave. We'll get into that. And also to create a sense of comfort and calm. And this goes back, sure, beforehand, but I'll throw out there an old reference, THX 1138.
Yep.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Yep.
Comfortable living within a facility where individuality is gone. And I would say that they're trying to break them down to just test subjects. These are the
Yep.
people at they're at the end of their tether. You know what I mean? They've run out of money. They have no hope. They're probably in debt, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So they just give themselves to being test subjects to these medical
Yeah.
experiments, drug subjects, etc. Have you ever done that? I haven't
No.
myself. No.
No, I haven't. It's interesting to me, but the number of these films that I've seen where people go in to do these medical tests and they all end up mutating into something or getting killed by something awful, it's kind of it makes me want to go, no, I don't think I should do that sort of thing.
Yeah, no, I can never quite trust it. Can never
Yeah,
quite trust it. Yeah, giving blood's another thing, but that sort of thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And yeah, it's so yeah, it alludes back to that kind of science fiction heritage. Would you agree?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
So the thing that I liked about this, when you're talking about that sort of removal of the self. So when they start and they're all nice and clean at the start of the film, they're all in exactly the same clothes, the same outer
Yeah.
smock, the same colored under smock.
Which
And
I've got
as
very
the
right.
film goes along and they get more damaged and things happen, they start to become more individualized. Like our
That's
main
nice.
character there, Millie Brady, who plays Claire, she ends up with like a darker jacket. Another guy over here, this guy here, he ends
Hmm.
up taking off the outer jacket and he's just in the t-shirt. Yeah, it's interesting that they start to revert to individuals after having been homogenized.
Yeah, nicely put, nicely put. Yeah, and they are test subjects of a drug. Yes,
Yes, double
and
blind drug test.
define double blind, please, for those people
Ooh.
like myself who are not exactly sure what that
So
means in scientific terms.
I'll get the actual
Okay,
definition, but what it usually means is some of the people will be on the actual drug, some of the people will be on a
placebos.
placebo.
Yeah, okay, okay, yeah.
Um, However, based on what happens in this, I think they're all on the drug. Um,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
a double-blind study is a type of clinical trial in which neither the participants nor the researcher knows which treatment or intervention participants are receiving the actual drug or the placebo.
Hmm.
Um, it's random. It's usually randomized, and usually there is someone running the test that knows who is getting what.
Hmm.
But based on what happens in this, I'd say they're all getting the drug. There's no one getting the placebo.
Yes, yes. So it's a very ruthless, on the nose, perhaps intentionally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Satire of Big Pharma.
So one of the things that I liked about this that usually happens in these films but didn't was we
Mm.
didn't get an exposition dump from a faceless minion of the corporation.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing about this film. Yeah, that's the unique thing about this film,
So
which makes it stand
even
out.
we don't know what it was.
Yeah, yeah. So generally positive thoughts.
Yeah. Look,
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It's never going to be a classic. I don't think I'll revisit it.
Hmm.
But at least not soon.
Not
But
soon.
I enjoyed what I saw.
Yeah, yeah. Certainly for it's not a shoestring budget, but it's no blockbuster either.
No,
Yeah.
no.
But that never stood out. That never took you out of the film, any financial concerns or anything like that. It didn't feel like anything was cut because this does not rely on animatronics, any creatures,
No.
anything like that. There's some wonderful visual effects that are pulled off. Not really sure how, but they're certainly effective. But we'll get into that. And there's some great gore, definitely in moments.
Yep.
But it's the character work. Yeah, there is some
Yeah.
good acting in this. I think the music at the start it was a little what's happening. We're giving a lot of weight to people and an event we know nothing about. We are thrown right in the deep end. Be prepared for that jolt. Do we
I
recommend
think
it?
this is
Do we
just
recommend it then? We should say if we
yeah.
recommend it or not now.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
recommend
yeah,
watching it.
I do.
It's an interesting
When you
film.
come across it, yeah.
The performances are really good. It's great that like the most famous person in here is the doctor. Play Pollyanna
Okay.
McIntosh played Dr. Burke, and she was from The Walking Dead. Like it's not a it's not a celebrity thing. It's these people all have acting chops. They're all character actors. They're all from TV. Um,
Mhm. I'll just bring her up
yeah,
on the
it's
share
really good.
screen.
I've got her just
Feel free
where's
to
her?
share anything at any time there, Marinus.
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah, that's her. So that's her in The
If you're a
Walking
fan
Dead.
of
Yeah.
the Walking Dead, she generally had she had a shaved head in that, so it's likely with hair she looks a bit different.
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay. That's gone
Uh,
away. I'm not sure if the video YouTube from IMDb is that content breach. Anyway,
I don't know, maybe.
yeah. I think if you talk over everything, you're okay and doesn't go on
Yeah,
too long. I think that's the trick.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the location they got was great. I don't know whether it was a set or it was an existing building. The atrium thing in there behind you, I really liked the real sort of subtle, almost sunlight and the bird noises they had in that part of the building.
It looked like a nice place to hang out in some different
Yeah,
circumstances.
yeah,
Yeah. If you had a nice juice bar with sushi there, something.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed it overall, definitely. I'm a fan of this sort of thing, of this sort
Yeah.
of darker side of sci-fi. Absolutely. Certainly if it gets political and allegorical way is not the right word. It's kind of an analogy, yeah,
Yeah,
of big pharma runs in close parallel. And I like when things take a stab at things like that, but it's not direct. It's a little on the nose, this film, but it's not too direct. Being on the
yeah,
nose is pretty much the only critique at the start. But when the exposition is slowly filtered out, effectively fed out, effectively, so okay, okay, I see what you're doing there. But at the start, it's a jolt. Yeah,
yeah. I think we found out about the world as the characters found out about the world. There was never a
yeah.
point at which we were fed more information than them.
Which is different to, yeah, as you said at the start, yeah, to these films usually,
Yeah.
definitely. So they
Um,
worked well with what they had, and this was
yeah,
script strong. It was built up from the script. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, they wrote
So yeah, we'll
within
have
their
to shout
means,
out
etc.
the writer
Yes.
there, Derek McGarrigle. He hasn't done much, but really strong script.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um,
And I
I
liked
didn't.
the after you, sorry.
I was going to say I didn't feel that any of the character relationships were overly Hollywoodized either. So like if they felt like real relationships.
So I thought the lead was very effective. What was her name?
Yep. Millie Brady.
Yeah, yeah, her arc was really good because she was Ice Queen at the start. You
Yep.
didn't even like her. Yeah, how did you feel about
Yeah. I think she gave off a real don't mess with me vibe. I'm over it, even from the very start. Like when she lay down on the bed, when she
it?
first
Hmm.
walked into the room, and then Allison, the flatmate in inverted commas, came in and wanted to be chatty. Like you could see in her face, if you were adept at reading social cues, like Allison's character wasn't, you could tell it
Hmm.
was like, don't talk to me. I don't want to talk to you. I'm not interested in interacting. But Allison, the actor playing Allison, Abby Fitz, did a real good job, I think, of playing a borderline autistic slash
Yeah,
ADHD,
yeah, it's just thinking the same. Yeah, yeah.
where she doesn't pick up on social cues. Which
Um,
didn't go away when the problem happened. So, like often in films, you'll have a character and it's written really well outside of the issue in the film, and then all of a sudden they're just saying words that like the character's no longer there. But she kept that up throughout.
mhm,
Um,
mhm,
and I don't know whether that's the performance or whether that's the writing or whether it's a combination of both.
mhm, mhm. I'd say perhaps a combination of both because
Yeah.
it was respectful. Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was respectfully treated. And by the end, you were with her when she breaks.
Yeah.
When Millie breaks, it's oh my God, Alison, you're the most annoying person in the world, and then starts
Yeah.
laughing at the same
Yeah.
time. Yeah, so
Yeah. Yeah.
there were nice moments and touches throughout with this because you did care about the outcome of most of them. What do we think of the antagonist? It's not really the word, but there's always one. There's always one in the group. The one who
Yeah, so
portrays.
Amir
Yes.
Mia Sardar is the character's name, played by
Oh no,
Akshay.
the junkie, not the villain. Sorry, there is a villain.
Oh, I think that was Paul, played by Brennan O'Connor.
Mm,
Yeah, no, I liked him.
mm.
I liked him. He gave me a bit of a Jay from Jay and Silent Bob vibe.
Yeah, at the start until he gets the smelling salts, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
yeah, you see then his
yeah,
addictive personality. Yes, he's been on the streets. He's robbed people. He's mugged people.
oh
He's
yeah,
broken into houses, etc., etc. Certainly
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Um,
after you.
Now for those people that aren't quite sure what smelling salts are, I did a bit of a deep dive into
Okay,
that
yeah.
today as well.
Okay, cool.
So the particular delivery mechanism that they've got there in the film is basically it's a little glass tube
Hmm.
with crystallized ammonia in it. Then there's an outer container that's got water and cotton. So basically, you snap the little glass thing like it's a glow stick, and you inhale, and it's basically ammonia gas, which
Hmm.
wakes you
Hmm.
up, expands blood vessels, and makes you more able to concentrate for at least short periods of time. So what would if they had found ammonia in a jar, they could have just used that.
Hmm. Would it have been in
So
that facility?
100%, it'd be a cleaning product.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly.
But I liked the idea that it was a limited resource.
Yeah,
Having said that, though, in the real world, there would have been something else they
sure.
could have used.
Yeah, yeah. It creates tension and drama,
Oh, yeah.
etc. Yeah. You were talking about Amir. If we have an
Yes. So,
antagonist, he was it. Yeah.
yeah. So he's the one that wants to get the job at the company. He's doing the double blind test to show that he's willing to be a team player
hmm hmm
because they were low on numbers.
Yeah. And how do we feel about him? Because his situation is interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I want to
Because
hate him.
what I hate him because it didn't necessarily do anything wrong, even when he,
No.
goes to make the copies of, the documents that he
Well,
shouldn't.
he's
He was
directly
still trying to
responsible.
help. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just directly responsible for the lockdown that causes them all to be locked in for the that final 24 hours.
But did he know there
Uh,
was going to be a lockdown?
no, which is
No.
which is why it happened.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I mean. It's his fault, but it wasn't his intent.
No,
Though.
no.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. If there is an antagonist, if there is a villain, he's kind of,
Mm.
yeah, because he's just as much as a victim by the end,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
as is the nurse at the start.
Yeah.
Yeah, our Walking Dead star there.
Yeah.
How do you
Doctor
feel about
Doctor
it?
Burke.
She was interesting because she actually gave a
Yeah.
shit about our, test subjects at the start.
Well, as you see as well, she was saying like when things started to go wrong, she was saying to
Mhm.
the faceless people on the computer, "Hey, we can't keep doing this."
Mm. Mm.
And then she's forced into continuing it
Because
and
they're
upping the dose.
yeah, because it was accelerated brain activity. Yeah,
Yeah.
but to the point of causing seizures essentially. Hence all the I think all the coming out all the nostrils and the eyeballs and that sort of thing. Yeah, the brain
Yeah.
going to overload. And I think what was the idea? They've got to stay awake, and if they
To
go
bleed
to
off the effects.
will bleed off the effects, yes. So those are pretty much the stakes. They're in lockdown and they've got to stay awake for 24 plus hours. Some of them have already
Yeah.
been awake, for what is it, a couple of days beforehand.
Well, I think
They've
they
been
were
awake
already
60,
they'd already
one
been
guy
awake
said.
like 60 to 70 hours.
Yeah,
And then it's like the lockdown happens, they've got to stay awake for another 24 so they can get out. And hopefully someone will come and save them at the end of the 24 hours.
yeah,
And we won't say what happens.
no, no. But so with the idea that they are fading in and out of consciousness is where we get our
Yep.
visual effects. That's the
Yep.
space where we can experiment. And this is an experimental film as a good genre film. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. What did we
I
think of
really
the visual
liked
effects? Yeah, please.
I actually well, it wasn't just the visual effects I liked. I liked the sound as well. And that
Hmm.
one scene where the guy's the guy's hearing is like on delay by like
Yeah,
3 or 4 seconds.
yeah,
I
that was cool.
really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was
That was
cool.
lots of fun.
And also, what was her name? Angela?
Allison,
Allison, with the brick song to calm
yeah,
Millie down, and that's why Millie breaks. And that comes
yeah,
back later on when Millie's in peril through the not diegetic, the score. Later on, that was
yeah,
also little nice touches of that. So there's attention to detail in this, which I definitely appreciate.
yeah. The
Um,
characters stayed true to themselves throughout. They didn't change.
yeah, yeah. And just quickly, things like the black door, Millie going to,
Yeah,
it's just stuff. Yeah, well, that's all I'll say. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, no, overall, and the end is a satisfying
I
because this is
think the
shot
issue.
well, acted
Oh
well, all the
yeah,
stuff's there.
yeah,
The premise is solid, it's believable, certainly for people in
yep,
2024.
yep,
And this is based on a good tradition of literature and cinema.
yep.
Is the end satisfying?
I think my issue with the ending is
Hmm.
that we still don't know what the fuck is going on. Like
Yeah,
we've got a general
no.
idea physically from what has
Mm.
happened on screen, but
Hmm.
my
Where's
brain
it
wanted to know
gonna,
more about the whole world.
where's it gonna go?
Yeah, where's it going? Where has it been?
Yeah.
Why
Mm.
does it smell that way?
Yeah, etc., etc. That's all we can really say, really.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't want to
definitely.
spoil it.
No, I don't want to spoil it for people. Certainly, check this out. Shout out Hold Fast Public Relations again. Thank
Mm.
you. Yeah, we'll put this out soon, and we will share it around, and people, children, definitely watch it.
I will give a shout out to
Please,
the
I'll let
makeup
Jacob lead.
team.
Yeah,
Um,
nice.
Madonna Bambino, Rasheen Condon, and Jenny Redman. You did some really good work with the blood and the wounds, the burning on burning the hand on the burner,
They look
the
good,
burning the
didn't they?
hand on in the room.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah.
Was very good work.
It was all around actually. Wasn't taken out
Yeah.
by anything in that regard.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
none of it looked fake.
Mm. And also, shout out Pollyanna McIntosh again
Mm.
when her character switches. Let's just say that, yes, and she gets to play a little wonderful playing. Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
deliciously evil moments.
yeah. It
Yeah,
was very good. She
yeah,
does
yeah,
do that character well.
yeah, yeah. She did. So both sides. Yeah. Okay, let's leave it there because otherwise we're getting into
Yeah,
mentioning juicy stuff. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I look, and I'm happy to give it like a 3.5.
Yeah. Rating. Yeah, absolutely. 3.5. What were we doing? Shout out Dorian. What episode was it where we said we could do a 3.25 and we could break it down to even further decibels if we wanted? Because I would give this a 3.75.
Okay.
Yeah, a three and
Yeah,
three quarters, if you will.
yeah. I can see
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. Because I'm a fan of this genre, and this is a well done example of it. This style of dark sci-fi.
Mm.
So I'm going to label it. Yeah, definitely check it out, children, and we'll talk more about it in the future. And speaking of the future, it's almost 2025, Barry.
It is, yes.
This could be the last film I watch for the year.
Ooh.
What do you think? What did you think of 2024? Let's go horror specifically first, and then if you want
Okay.
to speak more generally, please do.
Okay. I liked 2024 for horror. It was good. We had some good new stuff.
Mhm.
Um, Problem is my brain sticks on what I'm watching currently. Um, so at the moment, I'm
Yeah,
watching
sure.
the prequel Dexter series called Dexter Original Sin.
Okay, yep,
Uh,
cool.
it is incredible. It's like they've gone back in time and grabbed the original actors before they were in Dexter, like when
Hmm.
they were the age they should have been, like for a prequel series, and they've brought them forward in time and put them in the show. Like they are note perfect.
Okay,
LaGuerta, Angel,
okay.
like everyone, everyone in it is incredible. The fact they've got Michael C. Hall doing the narration, like Harry did in the
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
the
That's a nice
Dark.
touch.
The only thing that takes me out of the show, and this is really piddly, is
Mm,
they do flashbacks with his dad, who's played by Christian Slater.
hmm
And Christian Slater is a man of age now, and he's got
mm.
grey hair, and
He is, isn't he?
he's got some lines on his face. So when they do the flashbacks, someone is obviously coloring his hair, and it's not consistent.
Oh no,
Um, it's not
Slater.
helped by the fact that they saturate the video for the flashback, so it's more of a sort of 70s grindhouse sort of color. But I
Okay,
don't think they've used the same color hair dye throughout for his hair. It's the only thing that takes me out of it, and I know it sounds really piddly, but yeah, no, everyone in it is amazing. If you watch Dexter and you like Dexter, it is a fitting prequel.
is that hair
Oh, here
dyed
we go.
there?
Is it? Yeah, so yeah, Christian Slater. So yeah, and that might
Yeah.
even be a slightly younger photo of him too. His hair's a bit more grey. They may even have greyed him
Oh,
up
oh,
for the
okay.
um present stuff.
Yeah,
But yeah,
okay.
they've given him this weird off red brown dye.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, don't do that. Don't
Yeah.
do that. No, just let him be his age.
Oh no no
Deserves
no
it.
no no. This is for the flashback. So it's flashbacks to when Dexter was
Oh, I
like
understood. Understood. Understood.
5.
Sorry. Sorry. Sorry.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Regardless,
15 years
don't do
prior to
that.
the prequel.
Yeah.
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 Or
Yeah.
put a bit more time and effort into dyeing the hair and making it look a bit less even.
Hmm.
But no, I've watched the first 4 episodes so far, and like they deal with his first kill from the books, and it's beautifully done. They deal with his next kill from the books, and it's great. And you can see
Okay.
him learning to be the monster he becomes, and it's really good.
All right. All right. Okay. So it's got the yeah, it's following the books. It has that to it.
Yeah.
Yes,
It
interesting.
it balances that knife edge
Yeah.
between the books and the extant TV series. It's really good.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Does it offer anything new? Because that's been the only general criticism I've heard.
I think the issue is because we know where it's going, people
Mm.
are expecting certain story beats. If it if it gets a chance to breathe, no doubt they will. But what they've started with is the very familiar starting block of the monster that is Dexter. Yeah, yeah.
But I've got to get through. I've got to finish from season three, so
Yeah,
I'm in time for the release of season four. I've literally got 1.5 episodes left. And yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a definite
yeah,
fan. It's not the greatest TV show in the world. It's not wholly engaging. Excuse me, like something like Breaking Bad for me. But the moments of the mystery, the dark childhood fantasy meets horror, and such a wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And Squid
yeah.
Games 2, Baron. I'm up to the last episode.
I've never been
Yeah,
a Squid Games guy.
it's very interesting because when it came out, at least on my algorithm in 2019, I think it was like it was
Yeah.
everyone was obsessed with it. Now I may be the only person watching it. Myself and Sam shout out my housemate. It's really good. Yeah. If you
Okay.
haven't watched it up to this point when this comes out, it is really good. Trust me, they do not butcher it. Um, that's it for the current stuff. All right. I understand. I understand. But what would be if you had to choose one horror movie that came out this year that showed
Ooh,
how good 2024
long
was
legs,
for horror? Long Legs. Okay.
long
Yeah.
legs.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to go Terrifier 3.
Look, it was on. That's really close
Those are my
behind it.
two. Yeah, I'm the same, but flipped over the other. Yeah, because Terrifier 3, just the fun. The fact that it lived up to expectations by delivering something different that I wasn't expecting, but still being, very much a Terrifier movie. And certainly
Yeah.
seeing the second time with people who hadn't seen it before. So you got that
Mm.
enjoyment of seeing them react. I could do
Yeah.
little, wholesome, throw in little comedic moments on the right beats and all that
Yeah.
sort of stuff. Second time it became even more fun. So this
Yeah.
is.
I
Up to you.
think mine is the way around it is the reason mine is the way it is around, those are all words, um, is I would I got what I was expecting from Terrifier, but I think I got more from Longlegs than I was expecting.
hmm Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. Um, yeah, I need to see it again because yeah, the way it
Yeah.
pulls you into being like a darkly surreal relook at Silence of the Lambs, but then flips it entirely. Yeah,
Oh, look,
into
it's what if
what
Silence
it
of the Lambs
is.
was done by Wes Anderson?
Yeah, but and also what's his name? The guy who did Lucifer Rising
Oh,
in the 60s. Yeah, you know who I mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
and I can't.
And it's the vibe of that guy as well.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, yeah. If you look it up, he hung out with Anton LaVey, was very into Aleister Crowley and all of that. It has that vibe to it as well. Yeah.
Lucifer Rising, Kenneth Anger.
Kenneth Anger, thank you. Thank you. I see that. I see that. Um, yeah, so that would be the one that I would give as the 2024 move to show how dope it is. And also because it made over, did it make over 100 million?
Yeah,
Definitely made 80 plus. Yeah.
yeah,
The most successful financially unrated movie, period, of all time. Yeah.
yeah,
Which is crazy. Coming from Terrifier, the first one, Baron, to
yeah,
where it is now, you know.
yeah.
If you're not in by now, you know.
So yeah, no, definite shout out to Osgood Perkins.
Yeah, yeah,
Long legs.
yeah. And Damien Leone and David Howard Thornton,
Yeah.
Lauren
Oh,
Rivera
for sure.
et al. Yeah. Um, what else has stood out this year?
I really
Uh,
enjoyed Teacup.
Teacup was great. That was a great
Teacup.
series.
It was good to see
So,
Robert McCammon getting a show.
so was Sweet Pea.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. What's it? Is it Ella or Ellie? Her,
Abigail.
no, no, no. From she was in Fallout as well. Big Eyes,
Oh,
British. Ellie Penning.
Bella. No,
But
this is going
Sweet
to
Pea
make
was
great.
great as well. Sweet Pea was
He
great.
was good. Yes.
If you like The
Ella
Office,
Purnell. Ella Purnell.
thank
Ella
you.
Purnell.
Thank you. If you like The Office meets Fleabag meets Dexter, that sounds like a good mashup. Yeah.
Yep.
British style UK production. Check it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ella's the lead. And she kills well.
Yeah.
She kills well. She's great.
And I enjoyed that.
Yeah. Uh, Love Lies Bleeding. Shout out Scream Queen. I'd be remiss if I didn't
Yep.
shout out, which I'm sure is probably still Scream Queen's favorite of the year, but one she was very
Yeah.
fond of. She did a great audio only episode. If you haven't checked it
Yep.
out, do so. But it's 40 minutes long. She breaks it down really, really well. It's great, great work. Um, and shout out Scream Queen and not the best for your writing in 2025. I'm sure you'll crush it with 2025. Yeah. And we'll promote
Yep.
however we can your writing moving forward, definitely. Go see a place, Brisbane Theatre people. Yeah.
Yes.
What's her last name? Essa? Is or Ensor?
Essa.
Essa. Thank you, Sarah Essa. Yeah. When you see a play stuff, go see it. Definitely great writer, great
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
So Love Lies Bleeding. Did you see it, Baron?
Yes.
Yeah, that is a great thriller, magic realism with some high intense thriller that leads to high violence. Yeah, horror
Yeah.
fans will like it. Yeah, is that a good way to put
Oh
it?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
go into it with an open mind.
mhm.
Don't have any expectations.
Yeah, yeah. No, because it's from the director of Saint Maud Rose Glass. What a way to, yeah. Okay, so I did this. All right, so here's this. Just a change of tact, change of angle, change of approach, change of genre and style, but still making you go, ugh, by
Yeah.
the end of it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's great. I look forward to more of her work. I thought
Yep.
2024 was really good. I
Yeah.
thought it was a build on 2022. certainly in terms of independent horror, even outside of Blumhouse and that sort of thing. Because Neon was A24, the movie was Substance. There's another standout film of the year, of course. Um, Neon was Long Legs, and was there another one
Uh,
from A24 that I'm trying to think? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But yeah,
there was a
horror
lot.
has really, and with Terrify, of course, the money that that made, horror has really flexed its muscle and shown Hollywood that, hey, we're making more money than everyone else. Yeah, if it doesn't start getting the prestigious awards, not that I care about them personally, but they do matter to the creators in terms of the
Yeah,
status and uh, opportunities they bring. Yeah,
yeah.
to people like Damien Leone, that sort of thing. Like if it doesn't get a nod for makeup, that's what it.
Well, let's have a look at what I watched
Please do.
in
I'll bring up my
2020.
letterbox as well.
Um, I'm just gonna go through it from my list on my computer here.
Yeah, please.
Um, Chad Gets the Axe, Your Monster,
Anything you want to
Winnie.
elaborate on, skip over, just do it however you want.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Look, this is just basically things I watched that were horror. Your Monster I really enjoyed. Chad that Gets the Axe was okay, but yeah. Um, Werewolves I haven't watched yet. We Are Zombies I haven't watched yet. Under Paris, the shark movie
I want to watch that. We talked about that
around
with
the
what's the second big shark movie that you'd recommend outside of Jaws, next to Jaws?
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
it's
you
really
said that one,
good.
Darren. Yeah.
Under Paris, I really like that. I saw Tarot, which was nah. Terrifier 3.
We have to ask ourselves, what is the worst horror movie of 20?
Ooh,
We can't miss out on that.
yeah.
Who are the contenders? Let's do it now, if that's okay.
Tarot.
Terry's up there.
Tarot's a
Imaginary's in there.
contender. What'd you say? Which one?
Imaginary.
Yeah, Imaginary is not great. I enjoyed it, but that's as far as I'll go. Terrifier 3 was terrible. No, can't back that up.
Night
Um,
Swim.
not, but that's
Night.
2023.
Oh, it was, wasn't it? Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
can't count that one anymore. I really enjoyed Sting. I really enjoyed Maxine.
I think, yeah.
Um, I really enjoyed Longlegs. I really enjoyed Late Night with the Devil.
Same,
Really
same.
enjoyed Crazy House. In a Violent Nature. I really liked that. That was good. Heretic was good. Oh, and for sort of mainstream horror folks, the Hellboy, the Crooked Man, worth a
hmm
watch.
hmm
Certainly much lower budget than the previous Hellboy outings, but yeah, enjoyable. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, because I'm a Ghostbusters fan.
hmm
There's another film I got, but I haven't watched yet, made by the people that made Psycho Goreman called Frankie Frico, that looks kind of interesting. Double Blind, which we've just done. Uh, I only got halfway through Santa Stein, which is what if Santa got killed and they brought him back from the dead as a zombie.
hmm
Uh, Beetlejuice was fun.
Yeah, I must see that.
Bad Boys Ride or Die, not a horror, but was certainly horrible. No, I can't back that up. It was fun. Abigail was great.
Yeah, I enjoyed Abigail. I wouldn't
Uh,
go great. That's just me personally, but I highly enjoyed it. It was fun.
I liked the kid vampire element of it.
Yeah.
It was a subversion of the paradigm. And do not watch Attack of the Meth Gators.
Okay. Noted. Noted.
But it's one of those it's so bad it's probably good kind of things.
hmm
But yeah, that's kind of those. I mean, I'm sure there's other stuff that I've watched, but that's what comes to mind from my list.
Okay. All right. So I won't make this too long. Yeah, parent, children. But okay, so this year, so a sec, just get to my profile on Letterbox. Okay, I haven't logged this one, so that's 164. yeah, 165, if I count Dear Santa. Yeah.
Nice.
And with Squid Games 2, looking at TV shows, I'm up to about 13 series. I've watched about 13 series
Okay.
this year. And film wise, I have watched, yeah, 165 as of December the 30th. Yeah, films. What do you reckon? Not bad? Crazy?
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
It's pretty
yeah.
good. One every
Um,
2 days.
one every 2 days that works out to be. That certainly
Ish.
hasn't been as regular as that. October was crazy. There was over 30 films. February was big as well. But I did the October 31 for 31. I did deep dives of franchises. I haven't finished that up. I will get back into it, but I of course finished Friday the 13th with those. Terrifier 3 was a big highlight. Longleg was a big highlight, as was Heretic. Did you see Heretic? Have you seen it yet?
Yes, I
Yeah.
really
What did
enjoyed
you?
it. Like,
Yeah. What do you reckon?
um, falling into the villain role is probably the best thing he could have done.
At this stage, at this point, yeah.
Hugh Grant
Certainly with
should have
this
been a villain
character worked
forever.
perfect. Yeah, definitely.
Should have been
So
a
good.
villain forever. Like
So
he
good.
played a really good villain in the D&D movie, the Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves.
hmm
Um, like I get that when he first came into films, he had that kind of youthful, floppy head, very
Charming.
English
Yeah.
look. But he's been using his powers for good when he should have been using them for evil.
And you can still keep the charm, still keep
Yeah,
the cottagecore British charm, but with the
yeah,
psychopathic touch. Yeah.
yeah,
Because when those moments was the extreme close up of the corner of the eye of the mouth, and he's able to convey the torment and the kind of rage that he's keeping
yeah,
in. Yeah, it is
yeah,
superb. And yeah, the conversations are wonderful. If you enjoy
yeah.
great dialogue, great
Oh,
discussions,
yeah,
yeah, this is
yeah.
one of the best. Yeah. So I think I'm going to say that Heretic is my film, yes, of
Okay,
2024 personally for horror. Yeah. I
sure.
think flagship wise is Terrifier 3. But for me
Hmm.
personally, because I do like the low key approach, I loved the discussion. The acting was superb. And by the end, where you left up to your own mind through the use of visual metaphors and that sort of thing, which were, not Easter egged, but they were dropped in or in the background, when you think back, yes. And so on a second viewing, I enjoy it even more. And just the surprise, the joy of the surprise of how good Hugh Grant is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's one I would rewatch more than Terrifier 3. Yeah, so I have to give it
Okay.
to it. Just. Sorry, Dorian. But Heretic just takes it out. Terrified does come in at number 2, and I'm going to give number 3 to Late Night with the Devil
Uh-huh.
because it still stood
Nice.
up so
Yeah.
goddamn well and appreciated it even more when I went and
Good
looked
call.
into it for our episode. Yeah, and I want to promote an Australian film, and that's the one I want to
Yep.
certainly in 2024. Yeah, if you haven't seen the episode, check it out. Do you reckon you
Mm.
have a 1, 2, and 3? That's as deep as we'll go into,
Okay.
the thing. And I'll think of anything else along the way.
From the top down.
I did a VHS. I watched all the VHSs. That was part
Yeah.
of the franchise. I did do all of those for October.
If we're just doing if we're just doing top three from 2024, uh Long Legs, Late Night.
What's number one?
No, so Long Legs
The
is
Long
number
Legs is
one,
number one.
Late
So
Night
yeah,
is
no,
number
it's number two.
two.
So what's number three?
I'd have to put it between Heretic and
Okay, cool.
In a Violent Nature.
Oh, really? Okay, you really dug that.
I liked the subversion of the slasher genre with that.
So did I. Yeah,
What I
yeah. It's
what I
certainly an
really
honorable
want to see
mention
them
for
do.
myself. Yeah, please.
Yeah, I know what I really want to see them do with that is put out a sequel where it's from the other perspective. Same film from the other perspective. So
Okay.
instead of
hmm
following the slasher, follow the kids and
hmm
see the movie from that perspective and make it a more s-
Yeah, okay.
general slasher, and
But
then
keep that
then
point of view formal approach just as strong, just as
yeah,
close to this first one.
yeah,
Yeah. And then when you get the point of view, look at what's our man's name? Johnny,
yeah,
the
I think
fire
so.
truck. Yeah. That reveal,
The
if you
final
time
one.
it right, put it in the right place in the script, yeah, reveal it the
Yeah,
right way on the screen, yeah, we have something very cool. I like that, Baron. Yeah. And it is coming.
yeah,
There is a sequel. If you didn't know.
yeah.
Yeah. And
And
but
I hope
thank you.
that's the sequel.
Yeah, I hope there's a sequel. Yeah, cool. Oh,
I mean,
um,
I'd have to give a shout out to Alien Romulus for an unexpected good
mhm.
film. Like I was
Okay.
expecting it just to be
I haven't
a
seen it
stupid
yet.
popcorn sci-fi. But it's better than it had. Well, I mean, it's Fede Alvarez. Like he's going to do good work, but it was better than I expected it to be.
Okay, cool. Noted. I must see that. I will see that at some point, as well as Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is the other big one that I missed this year.
Beetlejuice can be watched on TV. I don't think it necessarily needs to be a cinema
Absolutely.
thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see
And I'm
what else.
sure I
I've
will
got a list
enjoy
here
it for
from
what it is.
yeah, I've got a list here from IMDb of the top 100. I'm just seeing what else came out that was in their sort of top 100.
Hmm.
Immaculate Sting. I enjoyed Sting with the spiders. That was fun. Uh,
The
didn't see
substance was
that.
a standout. It was very.
That was pretty good. I've still got to watch Lisa Frankenstein.
Yeah, I never saw that one, nor did we get a chance. Sarah might have seen it. I saw the TV Glow. Didn't get to see that one either.
Oh yeah, that one's on the list as well.
Yeah, I wanted to see that. There's a lot
Fantastic.
that was meant to come out that didn't come out. Shout out Spooky Astronauts who subscribed to her Patreon. She broke down when she did uh, a look at what was going to be released at the start of the year, and a good 30% of it never actually became released. And
Yeah,
we're talking projects that were vehicles for people like Pedro Pascal. Yeah, not small
yeah,
indie stuff, yeah, significant stuff.
yeah.
But that's film. That happens. That happens.
Uh,
But we have got
Baghead came out this year. I enjoyed Baghead.
yeah, shout out to Alberto Corridor. We have an interview on our pages there,
Yeah.
audio and YouTube. Check us
Oh,
out at Evil Pop
Night
Pod.
Swim. I apologize, Mr. Popcorn. Night Swim was
Okay, thank
2024.
you. That's my worst. Yeah, I can't think of anything else that was more stupid than that. No offense, but yeah,
So
imaginary. It's
I'd have to
between
say
Night Swim and Imaginary.
my
Imaginary is pretty bad. Yeah, please.
bottom three are Imaginary, Night Swim, and Tarot in no particular order.
I want to say that. Okay, yeah. Um, I agree. Yeah, they're the three bottom ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Having said that, though, in
Mm,
my top watches for the year is the
mm.
short for Night Swim.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, because we never want to shit on things to any great degree. Yeah, so
The
definitely check
short was
that out.
amazing.
And it gets that
It- it-
improves upon reflection
yeah,
and
yeah,
rewatch. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. Shout out Scream Queen for yes coming on the episodes throughout the year, as well as the Bat came
yep,
on some. Yes, I think it definitely on the train
yep.
station reaction. Dorian for the iceberg as well. We've got Tetsuo coming up the Iron Man. Have you ever seen that?
Ooh. Yeah.
You would like, yeah. You like that one?
Look,
Yeah.
I probably need to watch it again
Uh-huh.
because it was one of those ones I watched like late at night on a Saturday night at a mate's place while phasing in and out of consciousness.
Oh no, you need to see it again.
Yeah.
Have you gone into Japanese cyberpunk much at all
Look,
as a
I'm a
subgenre?
Tokido G fan. I'm a fan of Akira. I like all the Guyver stuff.
Okay. What about the black and white, real kinetic, crazy, no
Not as
plot
much.
necessary? Yeah, that sort of thing. Pinocchio 814, 314, whatever it's called. That's another big example.
Mm.
This one's the big one though, and I would rewatch it though because there is a sense of storytelling to it, definitely. And when you look at
The
what it
Tetsuo.
took, yeah, and yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And when you look at what it took to make this film for the creator,
Mm.
it's epic. It's an epic story, definitely. And if you're into
Well,
industrial anime and certainly the old classic stuff, you haven't seen it, check it. That was
and it's
so
based on a play, I think, that the
yeah,
someone like a college play
yeah,
or something
yeah, yeah.
from memory.
And yeah, and he got kicked out of home because of it, and then all of the cast and crew ended up staying in the house where it was shot, and this sort of thing. This
Yeah.
it's a saga to get it made, definitely. But yeah, and then two more, and then more stuff. Is there a TV series? I'm not sure. There've been mangas, but yeah, definitely there's a trilogy that is out
Yeah.
there. But the first one is the classic. The first one is the definitive weird. What the F is this film? It's a iconic one. So look
It was
forward
late
to
80s,
that.
wasn't it?
Yeah, 89, not yeah, 91, 92 at the
Ahead of its
latest.
time.
Yeah,
Ahead of its
absolutely.
time.
Absolutely. But thank you for following us and
Yes.
throughout the year. Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to keep going because what do we have releasing on New Year's Day to kick off the year for Evil Popcorn Goes to the Movies? Baron.
Nosferatu.
Yes. Cannot wait. Great things. We will
Yes.
certainly cover it and get it out close to the event. Yeah, cannot
You
wait.
know what? After we're
Hmm?
done here tonight, I might actually watch the original.
Good idea. If you haven't, certainly recommend. Yes.
But
That's a great
actually, the
idea.
order that I'd watch them in, based on what I've
Mm.
seen, would be
Hmm.
the original Max Shrek,
Hmm.
Nosferatu from 1931.
Murnau. Yeah.
Murnau,
Yeah.
sorry, Murnau,
Yeah.
F.W. Murnau.
Shrek's
Um,
Nosferatu. Yeah. Orlok.
uh, so I'd watch that. Then I'd watch Nosferatu, the film that's coming out on New Year's Day, and then I'd watch Shadow of the Vampire.
There is Werner Herzog's
Oh, the
1960s,
78 one.
70s. Yeah, don't forget about
78?
that one. Yeah, where it's got Klaus Kinski.
Klaus Kinski.
Kinski,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah,
Ooh.
that's a goodie.
Klaus Kinky.
That's got moments of unintentional laugh out loudness
Yeah.
to it. He just swats him away at one point. Who Klaus to Renfield?
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
like an annoying little yeah, just little moments like that that are hilarious. But that's Herzog.
1979.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there
Werner
is
Herzog's Nosferatu the Vampire.
and that's the whole canon pretty much. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
worth.
So then
Yeah.
I would go original Herzog modern,
Shadow.
modern, and then
Or
Shadow.
then go back to Shadow. Yeah,
Because
I
it's
get you.
meta.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Because
get
it's
you.
meta.
Yeah. Yeah, I might do that actually. So I might go back to Shadow afterwards because I haven't seen that in a while. And I didn't really get it. I had no real point of reference. I don't think I'd seen Nosferatu at that point, that sort of thing. And there was a lot of
Yeah.
stuff around at that point where Charlie Kaufman was very big. Being John
Oh yeah.
Malkovich was a big hit around that time. So there was a lot of let's get super meta. Yeah.
Yeah.
But still good, still good. I enjoyed it. It's Willem Dafoe. I like anything he's in. That man is just so he's just such the I've just lost my mind in a delightful way doing all these lovely roles
Oh yeah.
out of my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He's
Yeah.
great. He's great. So yeah, we've got that coming. The Monkey's a little later in February. Uh,
Oh yeah. The new Stephen King.
yes, exactly. But we're going to continue with more Kiwi horror because we've still got Peter Jackson to do.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
We've still got the rest of Peter Jackson,
Hmm.
and I'd like to do Black Sheep,
Hmm. Hmm.
which is the zombie
Yeah.
sheep thing, were sheep thing.
If you have any other suggestions of New Zealand horror, it can be New Zealand slash American, etc. But make sure, yeah, that it's filmed in New Zealand. That's the
I
main
mean,
qualifier.
we could do what we do in the shadows.
Yes, that's it. Yes, yes, that's a great suggestion. And then that's a big general
Yeah.
conversation about the other stuff as well. Yeah. the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
media,
The most
attached.
recent season of What We Do in the Shadows was really good.
I need
The
to catch
sixth and
up.
final season.
Yeah, I'm up to
Good.
about three. I need to catch up. I'm a fan. Matt
Yeah,
Berry, yeah.
yeah,
Anything that
yeah,
man says is just goddamn hilarious. Yeah. And from
yeah,
Mighty Boosh, if you know, you know. But yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Big
yeah.
Fat Quiz of 2024. Are you a fan?
I am, yes. One of the
Jimmy
things that we're
Carr?
watching with some friends tomorrow night.
It's
Yeah,
out.
tomorrow
Yeah.
night for New
I've
Year's
seen it.
Eve.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah,
We've
we're
got
gonna watch
Richard Aoudi. How do you say his name?
Ayuwadi.
Ayuadi,
Ayuwadi.
thank you. Yeah, he's back. He's on it.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I always, yeah,
good.
appreciate it. And he's always one of the best with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a whole
Yeah,
other discussion.
we're gonna watch that. We're gonna watch the Taskmaster New Year's Treat and the Inside Number Nine documentary. In fact, fans of our podcast might enjoy Inside Number Nine, and
What is
a
that?
good portion of the episodes are horror based. So it's the people that brought us the League of Gentlemen. So Reece Shearsmith and Steve Pemberton, two
I love the
UK
League of
guys.
Gentlemen.
So
Love
this
big
this
time.
is very
Yeah.
much in that vein.
Okay.
So they also did a show called Utopia, which was much more horror based than League of Gentlemen. It was more narrative than kind of sketch.
Okay.
Um, and they do
There's
fold that
Psychoville as
world.
well.
Yeah, Psychoville
Yeah.
as well. So yeah, they fold those worlds into Inside Number Nine. So Inside Number Nine got 9 seasons, and they stopped
Nine.
end of season 9. Yeah.
Okay, I need to start this because I'm a fan of all this. I like all just on
It and
yes.
go back to the start.
Yeah, I will.
Every season has a particularly standout episode, but I
Mhm.
did not have a bad time with any of the episodes.
Yeah, yeah, okay. I mean, the League of Gentlemen is legendary by this
Yeah.
stage. If you're into, crazy British comedy, yeah,
Yeah.
it's more off kilter than the usual off kilter.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely
But yeah,
check it all
there's
out.
one episode I think in season 8 where they actually bring two of the characters from Psychoville into the show.
Fantastic. Yeah, that sounds great. No, I've seen all of this. It sounds delightful. Thank you. And also
Yeah.
along those lines, so just in terms of recommendation before we do shout outs and plugs, um, if you are hesitant with Squid Game season two, if you are a fan of the first one, but you're not sure if it's been too long, they're going to butcher it, etc. It was lightning in a bottle. To an extent, yes, it is lightning in a bottle when it came out. It came out at the right time, what was going on socially, politically in the world. A lot like
Yep.
goddamn Tiger King. Would you press play on that show now? No, you wouldn't.
No.
But at the breach of the pandemic, absolutely we all did.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah,
we were reaching for more
yeah.
media.
But it takes into account the time that has passed and weaves that beautifully into the plot. The characters have grown accordingly since the end of the first
Okay.
season in terms of motivation and all of that. Yeah, that's the developed the characters in a way that makes absolute sense. It is the Squid Games. This isn't a spoiler. There are Squid Games. We are back at,
Yeah.
wherever it is. But the way
Yeah.
that it's done, it works with your expectations. It's not going to insult your intelligence by just redoing the same thing, but and just with a different
Sure.
mask on, so to speak. It does
Yeah.
present things in a way that doesn't insult your intelligence, but carries the overall story forward. This could have another
Ah,
season very
okay.
easily. I'm up to the very last episode, haven't watched it yet as I speak now. Yeah, definitely check it out. It's they've done it again in a different way, different mood, different tone. It's not gonna be like, what is this? Like for us fans of Squid Games, originally came out as
Yeah.
the obsession, but it's a goddamn still a good story. And if you're a fan of game horror, that that's more part of the cliffhangers, the starting of episodes. It's more juicy this time round. It is
Okay.
more juicy. The stakes are greater, and the gore is gorier. Definitely
Ah,
check it out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's me. What do you reckon,
yeah.
there, Baron?
Yeah, I think it's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, Creature Commandos, the first steps into the new DC universe by James Gunn, with those monsters as people going off to fight super powered threats. Really good.
Hmm. Speak to the children and myself because it is James Gunn, and if you're not aware, children's the Baron is well more into the superhero, the Marvel, and the DC than I am. Yeah,
A lot more, yeah, yeah.
Not that I'm not a comic graphic person, but when
Mm.
there was Marvel and DC, like in the 90s, I was Vertigo. The
Oh, of course.
DC offshoot, the Sandman is the big famous one. Vertigo,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
their famous
yeah.
property. Yeah,
They're
just to
more adult.
put context.
They're more mature stuff.
Yeah, they're mature. What was the wanky title? Graphic novels for mature readers, I think is how they
Yeah,
labeled
yeah,
it.
yeah,
It was just, yeah, it just didn't contain superheroes. Well, most of the time, and if they were in different
yeah.
ways. You know, The Boys and such
99%
takes
of the time.
such things from The Boys is a offshoot, not an
Oh, so
offshoot.
good.
They were running parallel crazy superhero graphic novels back in the day that were hyper violent, as well as these
Yep.
more darker psychological urban fantasy, stuff like The Sandman. All that said,
Well,
James, sorry, after you.
I was going to say the boys in particular was actually supposed to be a DC product, and the editor in chief said, "No, you will not be doing that to Superman and Wonder Woman and Batman. We will not be buying this product." So then they just shopped it to Dark Horse, Image,
It's Image, I think. Yeah,
Image. They shopped it around, and they
yeah,
got
yeah. Pretty
someone
sure it's
else to do
Image.
it, and they just changed the
Yeah,
names to protect the innocent.
yeah, yeah. So that's a reason for that. We have
Yeah.
James Gunn.
So
We have,
James Gunn, like, and folks, his horror links go deep. Like we're talking Slither, which was incredible.
mhm.
He wrote the script for the reboot of The Dawn of the Dead that was done by Zack Snyder. That was a really good film. It was number one at the box office. He then followed it up a week later with number one at the box office with Scooby-Doo 2. Like, do you know how
Yeah,
good you've got to be as a writer to get Scooby-Doo 2
yeah, yeah.
filmed in Southeast Queensland to number one at the box office?
Hey, hey, that's crazy. I wasn't here for that, unfortunately. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then he managed to make a superhero movie,
Yep.
which I absolutely adore. Just think it's a
Super.
masterpiece. Yeah. No, The Suicide Squad.
Oh, Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I think that's incredible.
Actually, oh no, it is. It is a really good film. But I think you didn't. Have you seen Super with Rainn
No,
Wilson?
no, I haven't.
It is. It is the best street level superhero film I think that's ever been made,
Okay, I'll
and
have to check it out. Okay.
it is dark.
Oh, really?
Like his superpower is beating people with a spanner,
Okay.
and his
Super
cry is "Shut up,
hero.
crime."
Shut up, crime. Okay, okay. I need to take this. I need to take a look at this. But all that leading to we have James Gunn doing the new Superman. Yes. Have you seen the trailer?
Yes, so he's doing. He's show running the new DC universe. And the
Surely.
first
Okay.
entry is the animated series, The Creature Commandos. The
Okay.
Creature
There you go.
Commandos is the Bride of Frankenstein, Weasel, who's effectively a werewolf. We've got GI Robot, who's programmed only to kill Nazis, and he thinks everybody's Nazis. We've got a Creature from the Black Lagoon analog, and we've got GI Robot, Creature from the Black Lagoon, The
Mhm.
Bride. Oh, Dr. Phosphorus, who is basically a flaming skeleton that kills people by burning them to death.
I think I've seen that. The chap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, have you seen the trailer? Because it's going
For
back Superman.
oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, what do you reckon?
Um,
Because it's going back old school. I'm not a Superman fan, so you can speak more to this.
it's certainly more old school than the Zack Snyder stuff.
Hmm.
Um, Now there are people out there that are Snyder fans, and that's fine. You are more than welcome to like Zack Snyder stuff. It's great.
Hmm.
For my mind, it's a little bit style over substance, and I really wish he'd read more of Frank Miller than just the 8 pages that had Superman in The Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah,
Um,
sure, sure, sure.
the the darkness in those films was overpowering, and the Zack Snyder is a follower of Ayn Rand, So it's power for power's sake, which is not what Superman is
Oh,
about.
I see. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, so the films all looked amazing, but they were not the characters. And I can fix Superman versus Batman with
Mm,
7 words.
please.
Owlman versus Ultraman, the dawn of injustice. So
Okay.
you set it on Earth 2, sorry, Earth
Hmm.
3, where Superman has become the god of the earth and he will brook no one speaking out against him. And instead of being the Justice League, they're the Injustice League or they're the Crime Syndicate. So if you want to write, you want a dark superhero film, write The Dawn of Injustice. And that would have been amazing.
Okay. Okay.
He would have been
Cool.
perfect for that.
Hmm. Hmm.
But I think if you're going to write Superman, he needs to have hope, and I think that's what James Gunn's going to bring us.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they're going to back away from the dark, gritty approach, which, yeah, hasn't seemed to catch on generally
No,
enough to be financially valuable to move forward with, hence going
no,
back to the more, yeah, nostalgic hope approach.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
I like Christopher Reeves.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm sure it's a fun approach. We have Batman. We have Batman. There's talk of the Court of Owls that's
yep.
bubbling around at the moment for
Mhm.
the Matt Reeves Batman universe, which has me
And
very fucking
they'd be a
excited.
perfect villain for him in those films.
That absolutely would. Yeah. Um, so yeah, that is all happening as well. Moving forward with horror and open to looking at that sort of thing as long as it's, the shadow as we always discuss.
Yep.
Definitely. And want to look at other media as well, not just film. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I think we can both bring a lot of things to the table for that. And if you have any suggestions at Evil Popcorn Pod, shout out. It's Evil Corp and Escape Manor. Just go to both moving forward in the new year. I'm not going to plug any of their events because they'll be 6 weeks over. But just go to them, check out their socials all the time, and
Yeah.
just follow them.
They're always
And
up.
they've always got stuff going on. Yes,
Yep.
and for myself, the only plug I will make at the moment, just to keep it on the reel, is Dustin Schmidt, Last of the Pretty Boys. Look it up, his film. It's available everywhere, certainly on YouTube.
Okay.
Local filmmaker who did about the decline and fall of a rock star. Yeah, movie
Okay.
largely influenced and inspired by the Brisbane local scene in terms of like music, rock, metal, etc. He's going to be looking at doing a horror. That's all I'll say, just in case I shouldn't say
Okay.
too much more. Which I'm going to be working with him in terms of like acting, being the bad guy, and I can't wait. Yeah, so that's all I'll say for now
Ah,
because I've been looking
okay.
forward to doing something like this my whole life. Okay, so that's me. Good luck, children. Any last words, Baron?
Well, look, I will just do my shout outs. Act React Theatre, Improv
Hmm.
Queensland, IFWG Publishing, obviously, Evil Corp as well. Um, yeah, I haven't got an awful lot on. So yeah, no, that's me as well.
Yeah, yeah, we'll be back soon. We'll be back soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Go to
Otherwise,
bed, children.
oh, yeah, go to bed.
Go to bed,
Otherwise,
children.
yeah, you don't want to stay awake.
Yeah.
It's just
If
not
you
a good
stay up,
thing.
you might accidentally catch Satan in your Christmas tree.
Cool, cool.
Oh, I love it when you're evil. This is me at my most evil. Do your evil laugh.